Francisco International Airport, Northern California's gateway to the Pacific, with 1,000 flights a day, serving over 500,000 passengers each week. And as a major international air hub, keeping things running efficiently and safely is a top priority.
Hyper-focus all here.
So this is SFO's Airside Operations Department.
James Maher helps lead SFO Ops.
It actually is a little bit more simple than that.
The team working 24/7 to help keep every single plane and passenger that passes through the airport safe.
We are the first responders for everything that is outside. Charles, we're 5 clear of 1 right.
Roger.
We got the chance to spend the day with James, getting an up-close look at a day in the life of an ASO, or Airside Safety Officer. The members of the ops team who keep a close eye on the runways, tarmac, and gate areas at SFO.
So this is kind of the brains of the operation.
100%, yeah.
Runway inspection in general.
We start with a quick look inside the Ops Center facility, where the team begins their day.
What time do you usually start your day?
I get in at 4:45, 4:50, 3 shifts a day, 24/7. We do briefings with our staff. We're actively looking at our map, the breakdown, different things that are occurring out there. They were closing taxiway Alpha between aircraft gate Delta 5, Delta 8.
This daily log keeps track of all the different activity taking place on airport grounds.
We have these kinds of sheets every single day. It adds up.
There's always something going on, huh?
Absolutely, yeah.
The team is also constantly watching cameras covering every angle of the airport.
If something goes down, like if there's an incident here in a collision, we'd be able to zoom in right on that as our team are starting to swarm. Every day is different. Every day something's going down.
Once the ASOs are fully briefed,
Keep my 40-ouncer because you never know if you're going to get back in here.
they get ready to head outside to their assigned truck, where the real action takes place.
And we're rocking and rolling. Last wall before you get access to the airside is a breakdown of all of our different trucks, all the different people.
So how many trucks do you guys have in total?
20, 22, 24, and then we have some more on the way.
A few last-minute details are then double-checked.
Anytime you're on the airside at SFO, you must be wearing a safety vest. They have their briefing, probably have their water bottle, whatever they need.
04 escort for Fontenay and ESA.
And as we quickly learn, there is constant information coming in.
It's just one of another team member, another contractor out there doing work. So now here we go out to the airside. All of our trucks park here all the way out that way. We have crew cabs and extended cabs, police interceptor models, and so the reason for that is because we need to respond as soon as we can. Not only do our airside staff are responsible for driving their ops trucks, but they also, in case there's an emergency or we need to bring air stairs, they're all fully trained in this. So it allows us to offer egress or ingress into aircraft at the fuselage. So Kevin, what's opening here is our mobile command vehicle. And so our airside operations staff are also responsible for delivering this to anytime there's what is known as Alert 2. The mobile command vehicle allows us to establish a command location, and that way the incident commander has a place to work from.
565, 1 copy, over.
An Alert 2 indicates an aircraft is having significant difficulties. Anything from a fire on board to faulty landing gear or even engine failure.
Repeating Alert 2 in progress.
We got to witness one later in the day. We're going to take you along, so stay tuned.
You know, it never gets tiring being out here. We all probably will have hearing problems one day, but that's why we have our earplugs.
It's well worth it.
It's well worth it, oh yeah.
Now it was time to walk back over to the trucks and head out on patrol.
Now doing a quick walk around, making sure everything is good to go. Everything looks okay here. It's one of our newer trucks. Don't see any damage. We'll easily put 2,250 miles on this, but it's reliable. It gets the job done. So I'm looking at everything, adjusting my seat, of course, but most importantly, ensuring that our radios are all active. Right now, I'm currently on tower frequency 120.5. Everything's all good. Doing a quick check of my flashers. Yeah. Now the ASO's done their check. They looked at the vehicle. Everything's safe. They adjusted their seat. It's time to rock and roll and get out there on the airside. All right, Kevin, I'm just coming out right now. Watch yourself.
I then hop in the truck with James, and we're off.
So right now, just like a team and I, we would all be monitoring all these frequencies. We got our fire department out here running some training drills.
We stopped to check out the Boeing 767 used for safety training here at SFO.
This is something that our airside operations staff would train on. So they bring the air stairs that you saw earlier, we'll connect it over here to the forward or rear exit doors and start practicing that movement. All right.
We're then back on the move.
At SFO, we actually prefer to drive off to the side on the shoulder, and the reason being is we don't want to create any additional fog. We do have a unique footprint. All of our surfaces get used all the time. Just like a pilot would, you're scanning in quadrants.
As we roll along, James spots a bird, which could be a safety hazard.
That bird has some kind of thing in its mouth. We do not want a food source around here. That'll attract more birds.
Taxiway opening information.
All right, we got a taxiway open. So now we'll go out to the west end of the airport and we'll get our runway inspection going.
As we head to the west end, I asked James more about that bird.
So the bird looked like it had a little road killed and...
Yeah, and we don't want that, so we got to figure out where that food source is coming from. Due to its size, I think it's just little field mice or something like that, but one is too many. That bird is very dangerous for aircraft. That would create a massive amount of damage.
We're gonna get a closer look at how the airport deals with wildlife in a bit. But first, we continue on with the inspection.
During our inspections as an ASO, you're driving down here, kind of coming up around this way. We're looking down at the edge lights. We're looking at the mandatory hold position markings. And we're gonna head out to taxiways, get in touch with air traffic control, get ourselves on the runways. Now, looking at the traffic, this is something the ASO who's coming out this way, they're gonna be looking way out there. It's kind of hazy today, so we're kind of looking for glimmering. San Francisco Tower, Ops 45 West End, ready to inspect the 10s.
That's 45, roger, proceed on to runway 10 right, cross one left, cross one right.
We then get final clearance to access the runway.
All my lights are on, code 3s. Just as another, making myself more illuminated. And here we are on a runway inspection for runway 10 right. All runway markings are white to indicate the runway. These are little lead-off lines or taxiway center lines. Typically takes us about 2 to 4 hours to see every surface, every turf area. We're looking for anything that is non-compliant or unsafe. At SFO, we have the authority to close the runway, close the airport if we needed to. If I see something now, I may have to do it. It's a quick notification to my ops supervisor, let the rest of the team know. Obviously, telling air traffic control that the runway is now closed.
Each and every runway inspection must be approved by the tower before we can enter the RSA, or Runway Safety Area.
Just have it known, we already got clearance from air traffic control to enter the RSA for the runway.
Alaska 33, San Francisco Tower, right to the land, wind calm.
So we got a 2A right clearance, we're okay. I'm looking out to the south, we have nobody down that way on the departure end.
Cross street left, contact ground.
Don't really need to look that way, looking again on one right, there's no one out that way, I'm good to go. Now we're on the east end of the airport, I'm stopping and holding short of the approach end for 2A right. We got an aircraft actually that's on final. It's really ASO's discretion on when they're gonna cross, but we don't want to spook pilots.
While we're holding outside the RSA, we take in this unique vantage point.
So out here on the east end of the airport, Kevin's first arrival for whatever aircraft that is.
So right now we're just waiting in between.
Yeah, we're just waiting for him to land so we can keep rolling. Way out there in the distance, I'm looking at departures from the ones. And it looks like we only have one aircraft. I'm monitoring the terminals way out there, so we might be pretty open for our next inspection. Which runway are we going to inspect? I don't know, air traffic controller will tell us.
How often do you guys check the runways?
Our airport certification manual is one a day, but we do it multiple times a day, and we try to do it once a shift.
Know your way around here?
Oh, heck yeah. Outside is our office, that's for sure. So we got a 757 that just crossed. We'll go ahead and push us through.
Runway 1 right, quick takeoff.
Quick takeoff, JetBlue 2116.
So that was just a clearance that was just given for the runway we just crossed through.
James then tests my knowledge of runway access with a pop quiz.
Right now, there's an aircraft that just departed one right. The second aircraft's going to depart one right, but we have another parallel, which is one left.
Oh, right, yeah.
So my question for you, what runway would you expect us to now be able to inspect?
That's a trick question.
There we go.
19 right.
Well done. All right, Kevin's no rookie out here. Let's see if he's correct. Tower Ops 45 north end, ready to inspect. 19th.
Ops 45, roger. Proceed off to runway 19 right. Cross the right, cross the left.
Well, bravo, Kevin.
I said it wrong though. Should have been 19er.
That's okay.
Are you in the aviation?
American 23.
Are you an av geek?
Yeah, I am. I love it all. I worked in industries, and I briefly stepped away just to ensure that aviation was for me. And I knew there was a problem when I was spending my time listening to liveatc.net. I was staring at air traffic control towers, and I was reading everything I could on aviation. I was like, nope, I need to be back in the industry, and I'm so glad I did, because it's just been awesome.
So it's been a little slow this morning, but things are going to pick up as we get closer to the afternoon rush.
Definitely. This is nice, quiet. The mayhem will come soon enough.
Yes.
45, proceed on to runway 10 left, and then hold cross one left, hold short one right.
Cleared on the 10 left, cross one left, hold short one right, Ops 45.
All right, here we go.
So Kevin, we're on our final runway.
We're on our final runway.
What is left?
What is left? Let's see. 19er left. 19er.
Well done. 19er left. Proper phraseology. That's it. Then we're done.
All right, perfect.
I know that there's aircraft landing. Air traffic control will not give me a clearance to cross, so I'll check in once that goes across the lines. But yeah, we're just chilling on the north end of the airport.
Chilling out on the north end. It's a beautiful day. All right, so we have some downtime before we check out the last runway out here on the north side of the airport. Hanging out with Ops, just another day in SFO, right?
Sorry, Kevin, I'm just monitoring the radios. Because if he gives us clearance, we'll have to rock and roll.
Proceed on to runway 19 left, cross runway 28 right, and cross runway 28 left.
Cleared on the 19 left, cross 28 right, 28 left, Ops 45. All right, Kevin's on to his final runway inspection at SFO. 19 left, you got it correct, proper phraseology. We have clearance to cross 28 right, 28 left, so it's just home stretch. Coming in, looking at our EMAS one final time on this one. And we're turning away from the aircraft to exit all runways. Tower 45, clear of 19 left, includes runway inspection. Thanks for your help.
Now that the runway inspections are complete, James takes us over to the EMAS he mentioned earlier, which is the technology used at SFO in the event of a plane overrunning the runway.
This is our engineered mast arresting system. This is what collapses when an aircraft goes on it. Aircraft is departing. The airport takeoff, they have nowhere to stop. They're going to run right into this thing, and then they're going to collapse under its own weight.
Have you guys ever had an occurrence where you needed to use this here?
Never. Thank goodness, never. On a very clear day, you can kind of see the Bay Bridge right now. Oakland.
Located literally on the shore of the San Francisco Bay, the elements can be an extra challenge here.
So yeah, here's our seawall. You can see here the difference in color. This is low tide, but high tide, it gets pretty close. You're just driving around, just imagine, oh shoot, there it goes away, there it goes away. And when a storm's coming through here, oh man, it's just, this whole area is covered with water. Our role is airport operations staff, we're still monitoring this whole area. We're still responding to different things that occur out here. That storm that can create craziness out here or different kinds of anomalies, we're responding immediately. Haven't seen any seals out here.
So explain to me what this is that you're standing on again.
We do call it ASO Beach. It's just the tide's creating this levee almost of shells. There's no soil here. This is all just shells. But way out there in the distance, you can see the air traffic control tower, SFO's terminals. We don't do a whole lot here. The wildlife loves to hang out here though.
James then shows us a couple of ways the airport deals with all that wildlife, like these decoys.
We have several. and we have them stationed all throughout our infields. Pilots will sometimes think that there's a live dog running around, but all they are is really just to deter wildlife from being in this area. And that's same with the auditory device that you heard a little earlier, making that chirping sound. He'll get them going. Oh, he got louder, yeah. Birds are a massive issue. They start striking planes, and that causes damage, causes delays. It really affects the public ultimately.
It was then time to head over to do inspections of the terminal ramps.
Intentionally is alert 2 in progress. This is for a citation 750, tail November 610, Romeo Whiskey.
But on our way, that alert 2 we mentioned earlier came over the radio.
Repeating alert 2 in progress. Is reporting their gear is stacked 6 hours of fuel and 3 souls on board.
So alert 2 in progress. This is real time. And pilot declared possible mechanical malfunction.
That's 15 minutes off.
5 minutes out. Copy, thanks.
I'll go put us in a position so we can see the aircraft land and airside operations staff do the chase.
How common is alert 2 here at SFO?
Pretty frequently. I wouldn't say every day. I'd definitely say multiple a month.
We then arrived to the spot where we will watch the distressed plane land.
The arrival's going to land on runway 28 right, which is right in front of us. Then an ASO is going to drive full speed right behind the aircraft, observing if anything's coming off it.
After a few tense minutes, the Citation 750 comes in for a landing.
The flap issue there on the port wing, that's what was the issue. And so now we have ops chasing the subject aircraft. So they landed without incident, turning right off onto Charlie, going to the ramp.
The outcome everyone involved was hoping for.
That's just another day in ops.
Once again, heading back toward the terminals, we decide to take advantage of great views of some big jets while holding.
We're on the approach end of 28 left, holding short on taxiway Foxtrot. These wide bodies behind us are getting ready to depart. We got 2 guys landing in right now. Yeah, one of the best locations on SFO.
Capturing some amazing video, it was time to head over to the final part of our day here.
Enforcing our rules and regs. Folks are pretty much driving. This speed limit out here is 10 miles per hour. That's what they should be doing.
Here, James tells us about what Airside Operations is inspecting on the ramp of the International Terminal A.
So what's really unique for SFO is we require 2 wing walkers for every arrival. Our standard is 2 because how complex our airfield is. Yeah, 2 wing walkers present, ready for a pushback.
So they all know that you're driving around looking.
Oh, for sure. Our role is not to be cops and drop the hammer down and issue citations. Our role is to ensure that people are operating safely.
And we got to see this in action.
Why are you driving opposite direction? Do you know this is a one-way? Oh, okay. It's always. How long have you been worked here? I just started. Okay. You gotta do a much better job of paying attention to the markings and signage. You must drive with it. Do you have any questions? No. Okay. All right, man. Well, please be safe out there. And thank you. Yep. Sometimes things go down and we do have to have more of an enforcement role, but we're just a bunch of folks who love aviation. We're immediately starting to service the aircraft. We got catering coming in, cargo loaders coming in, and unloading that. As ops staff, we just want to ensure that this is all clear of equipment and folks are operating safely. Passengers are still on flight right now. They're getting ready to deplane. This looks like a pretty good operation right now. We're not seeing any fuel, nothing's leaking. There's no lab spill. Our pavement looks safe. Our markings are legible. No equipment's blocking. Why do you not want equipment stowed underneath wings? If this, for whatever reason, was left erected, it could cause a strike. He's locking in his cans. He's getting ready to tow on off.
I then got to experience firsthand how seriously the team here takes security.
He's with me.
No, he doesn't have any ID.
I know, he's with me. I'm airport operations, he's with me.
Issued a temporary ID for the airport as a visitor.
He doesn't have a T badge. He's under my escort as airport
Yes, sir,
operations.
but I need to identify him.
After I'm added to the logs, James explains the importance of situations like this.
He's asking a badge challenge for you. That's exactly what we'd expect from every airport employee. You see something, say something.
We then finish up looking over the Emirates A380.
The folks who are servicing this aircraft are doing an excellent job. And our ramp's clean. No ASOs would be responding to this gate right now.
After some final walkarounds,
this is pretty good. Satisfactory, I'd say.
Our day with Airside Ops at SFO was coming to an end. We want to thank James for giving us such amazing access.
And I've been here 7 years, and man, it's been awesome. I get to be in an environment that allows people to travel the world. Every single day is different.
Cross one left, cross one right.
Cross one left, one right, off 45. And the professionals I work with, that's what we're all about here in Airside Operations at SFO. And I ain't going anywhere. This is the place I want to be.